This is the lab setup where the VM1 will act as a CA and also as a server to host a secure website, and the Kali machine will be just a client. So we have to install OpenSSL in both the VM to in both the VMs. So I have installed OpenSSL in both the VMs. You can check your latest version through this command. So now we have to create a self-signing certificate authority. So for that, this is the command. Um, where you use the request command of OpenSSL library to create a private key and the certificate for the CA. So give the password and make sure you remember it. Give the details. And this should be a unique name. So right now for this, I'm giving my host name. You can skip this. So now you have a ca.crt and the certificate and a private key for the certificate signing authority. Next is, since VM1 is also the server to host, a server has to have a private and the public key pair. So now we have to going to create a private key for the uh, server. So this is the command. So it will ask for your password uh, to protect the private key created. So just enter that. Now we have the private key for the client. Now you have to raise a certificate signing request for the CA to sign it digitally. So for that, this is the command. Uh, so this is the command. The server.key is the private key with which the server.csr is created. So for this, and give the details. And this should be your domain name or the server's website address. So make sure this you give it properly so that only for this name the digital certificate is signed. So it's server.com, and then you can just skip all these. Now you have the server.the certificate signing request. So this has to be sent to the CA. Since our CA is a VM1, we just enter the command. This is the command with which, with the help with this certificate signing a request which has the details of the server and the certificate authority's private key. We create a certificate for the server, so which will be stored in the server.crt. You have to just say yes and say yes. Now we have the server.crt. Uh, now we have to host the website. So for that, we have to create a container which contains the private key and the certificate which was created. So for that, So we create a server dot key, and we create a PEM file, which is a container for storing it. Then we now we have the PM file, which will look something like this, which will look something like this. So now you can host a website using the OpenSSL command. So now the server is hosted. So if you go to your website, and since I have already added, I'll just remove it. If you give server.csr, you'll get an untrusted connection. So if you this means that the CA is not trusted by the browser. So to make the CA to make the browser trust, uh, go to the add the certificate of the CA. Mm. Now, if you reload it, you'll get a, a page uh, which has all these details. But if it is if it is any website that is before opening the website, we have to add it in the host file, etc/host file. So this is how my the entry looks like. So make sure that you make that, and so this is how the website looks like. And if you give here instead of the server name, localhost, you'll still have the same error, because like the certificate is signed for only server.com name, so it always searches for in the subject field of the CN where the server.com name is there. So this is how it looks like. So it always looks for this particular field where cn is equal to the server.com. So if you give any other name, even though like the local host is pointing to this name in the host file, it will always match for the name in this CRT. So that's why it is not happening. So if you give even the IP address of the interface, it happens the same. So now we go to the Kali machine and try to access this website. Um, I have added uh, the certificate of the CA, and then I was able to access it in the Kali machine. So this is how you do it. You can also check your OpenSSL's performance using the following command, like how fast it executes in your system. Uh, um, which is OpenSSL Speed RSA. Um, so with which you'll get uh, the algorithm speed. So likewise, you can use the AES and get to know like uh, how speed the computer can perform these algorithms. So you'll get a list, and one point of the time it will just stop. So that's that's all.